Second and Osman with a three.
Keep it on.
We should have saw this one coming though, huh? We should have saw this one coming.
Yeah.
Tough game, bro. Tough game. And you know what? Hats off to the Cleveland Cavaliers. You got to be real. Hats off to the Cleveland Cavaliers. Figuratively, not literally, because I'm not taking my hat off because, you know, it's still Knicks all day. But hats off to the Cavaliers. They were upset that they didn't play physical enough in the first game, and they did just that. Evan Mobley and Jared Allen busted our ass this game. Darius Garland went absolutely berserk this game, and Donovan Mitchell, he wisely picked us apart in that entire game. Shout out to them. They all played well. And Karis LeVert, they all played well. They did what they were supposed to do at home. Forgive me for not being too upset, because remember, this series is still 1-1, and we played 2 games in Cleveland. We haven't even played in New York yet. So I'm going to give the credit where credit is due. They all did exactly what they should have done in their first game, but the point of the matter is, they didn't do it in the first game. They did it in the second game. But, you know, trash talk to the side. There was a lot of negatives in this game that I am frustrated with. And I know Knicks fans are a fan base that needs somebody to blame. This is somebody's fault. RJ Barrett, he's the reason why we lost. Tom Thibodeau, if his coaching was better, we probably would have won that game. The refs are the reason we lost. Look, there's a little bit of truth in all that being said there, but we just were asked this game. There's no way to put it around that. We played terrible that game as a whole. I'm just being real. But the point of the matter is, we won 1 in Cleveland, and then we have 2 at home. We have a job to do. That's what's important. Let's break down this damn game, right? Shall we? Oh, congratulations again, Cleveland. Good job. You won at home. You did it. Didn't go down 2-0. 1-1's tough, but you didn't go down 2-0. Run the intro. What's going on, CK Crew? It's your boy CK2K. Welcome back to another video. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. Do not forget to like this video. People, I'm gonna get it out early. Shout out to y'all. A lot of you guys joined us on Playback. This was probably one of the biggest viewed Playback streams we've had, but I want 20. We were at as much as 18 people. Can we get to 20? Playback is where we watch these games live together, not just talking about it. We are watching the game live together. All you need is a legal source to watch basketball games. YouTube TV, Hulu, whatever it may be, Spectrum, Cox, I don't care what you use to watch your games with. As long as it's legal, you're gonna be able to watch the game with us. So sign up, link is in the description, and it's also pinned in the comment section below. Again, not sponsored, it's just a good time. Ask anybody in the chat that was in that stream. We had a great time, and it made that unfortunate loss a little bit easier, having each other to talk to about that game. But yeah, a very frustrating game to say the least. And it's not frustrating because we lost. That's part of the reason, but it's frustrating because of how we lost. We genuinely bent over and we allowed the Cavaliers to have their way. Is it too early in the video for me to say something like that? But that's how it felt. In the first half, probably one of the most annoying things in basketball happened one too many times. Driving to the basket, getting right beneath the rim, but instead of attacking the rim, you make the decision to either pass the ball or spin, and it makes no sense. And you can say RJ Barrett, but a lot of players were guilty. Hell, the entire team was guilty. Jalen Brunson did it several times off of a pick and roll with Isaiah Hartenstein. Instead of attacking the rim, decided to make a pass in the paint where everybody was ready for him. RJ Barrett was definitely guilty of this a few times. Yes, that's the fact. My boy Quentin Grimes even did it a few times. Immanuel Quickley. Don't get me started on Julius Randle. The whole reason why we went down so easily in that first game, and as well as the whole reason why there was such a big differential on the free throw line, is because we didn't attack the rim. For whatever reason, we played scared in that first half, especially with how well we started the game. Once we hit the 15-point mark, we just said, well, I guess this might be an easy series. Let's slow it down a little bit, guys. Come on, let's let them back in the game. And we did, and we never got the lead back. That's not true. We did get the lead back one more time, and the game was then out of reach from then on. And it's just a lot of frustrations in this one. Again, I know you guys are gonna play the game of point fingers. I know how Knicks fans are. It has to be somebody's fault. There's no way that this could be a team problem. It is somebody's fault. I know a lot of you guys' favorite person to point the blame on is RJ Barrett. But let's talk about that. In a game where, yes, RJ Barrett was 4 of 13, but he was the only one attacking the rim. And then on top of that, defensively, RJ Barrett was probably our most consistent defender. The matchup we've had has been putting him on Darius Garland. And in the start of the game, he was doing a good job against Darius Garland. And they figured out how to get Darius Garland on Jalen Brunson. That's when things started to take over. And for whatever reason, throughout the remainder of the first half, you saw that Thibs, I don't know if it was a Thibs decision or if the Cleveland Cavaliers figured out a way to switch him. RJ wasn't on Garland anymore, and Garland decided to just go ham. But outside of that, RJ Barrett has been our best defender from the perimeter outside of maybe Josh Hart, even though Josh Hart in this game was pretty non-existent. I don't know if it's the ankle or what. To put the blame solely on RJ Barrett is lazy in my opinion. I feel like there was a lot of blame to go around for everybody else. And I'm looking at a guy like Immanuel Quickley. Immanuel Quickley was 4 for 8 from the field, had 12 points. But if you're watching the game, all that came in garbage time when the game was already well and over. We need our version of Quickley back if we have any chance of winning this game. We definitely need that from RJ Barrett as well. But in my eyes, I'm looking, if there's anybody I'm looking at on this team to step up and play better, it's Immanuel Quickley. Your role is to be that leader of the bench unit. Your role is as soon as you come into the game, you take over and do what you do. Where even if you're playing next to a guy like Jalen Brunson, your role is to come in here and give that energy that you give so well, and we saw all season long. And it's probably the reason why you might walk away with the 6th Man of the Year trophy this week. That's what we need from you to do. But this series, he's looked really timid. Energy and the and the dancing and the flamboyance that we're so used to from Immanuel Quickley. Shout out to Clyde, that was for you. That's been missing so far in these 2 games. And hopefully when we get back to the Garden, we're going to see that version of Quickley come back. But I feel like that's why we don't look as fluid offensively without Immanuel Quickley. I know a lot, like I said, we do need RJ Barrett to be better offensively. That's easy. But Immanuel Quickley is the one that I really want to see more out of for us to have a chance. Yes, I would love to also see Quentin Grimes do more than just go 0 for 2 from the field and rely on the free throw line. That's a given. But we also forget how when Jalen Brunson and Julius Randle are in the lineup, Grimes doesn't typically get shots. That's just how it's been all season for us. And a lot of Grimes' game really came back with the injuries and with the rotation changing up. That's when Grimes' offense typically made the change that it did. Right now, we're not giving the ball, we're not really feeding Grimes for Grimes to really do much of anything. So I can't really hold much against Grimes on this. Where I will hold on Grimes is I would like to see him a little bit more aggressive defensively. Mind you, he did do a good job against Donovan Mitchell, but Donovan Mitchell was utilizing the rest of the team really well, which is why he had double-digit assists in this game. But the point is, you hear me naming multiple players and multiple faults and multiple things that were done wrong, and that goes back to my point that this is not a sole player's fault on anything that happened in that game. It was a majority effort. The majority from this team just did not look good. You want to complain about fouls? You have to attack the rim to get those fouls. Julius Randle, for whatever reason, I will never forget this for as long as this playoff series goes until he has a tremendous game, had Karis LeVert on him. He backed him down, went to the elbow, and instead of either shooting the ball or going to the rim, decided to pass it to the front row. That was the kind of offense we were working with. We had all these opportunities to attack the rim, go to the basket, and we were just passing out of shots instead, and it made 0 sense. That was our offense in the first half. And then we were trying to play catch up, and we looked good in the 3rd quarter, but defensively, it was a lost cause.
They just play better, and we just got to come back on Friday and stick together the next couple of days and just get ready to go.
So I'm not going to sit here and pinpoint. I will say, for me, my X factor is Immanuel Quickley. I want to see more from him. I don't want to see 8 of your 12 points coming in closing time. I want to see you get 12 to 14 when we need him throughout the main stretch of the game. That's what I want from Quickley. That's what you do. Your energy is what makes us so great. Hopefully the Garden ignites that out of you, but in the first 2 games, you look like a deer in headlights. I don't know that Quickley. That's not a Quickley I've ever seen in a Knicks uniform throughout his tenure with the team.
They made us feel right from the start, and we just never adjusted. Got to be better in game 3. Go back and look at the film so we see where we can get better and be ready for game 3.
And we can go down the list with other things, like I mentioned, Julius Randle. You know, there's Jalen Brunson, who wasn't really moving the ball in the first half. Blah, 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 blah. What's the most important here is we're going to the Garden on Friday, 1-1 in this series. The sky isn't falling. We did what we were meant to do. The Knicks won a game away. As the underdog, as the team from behind, we won a game on the road like we have been doing all season long. But I'm also not going to sugarcoat it and say that these next 2 games are easy gimmies, because we've been a good road team, but we haven't been the greatest in the Garden. You know how the energy is going to be on Friday. The energy is going to be through the roof on Friday.
I've had the fortune of playing in the Garden in the playoffs, so I know it's going to be loud. Fans are going to be into it. It's going to be great, great atmosphere. It's the most special place, to play, so it's going to be a lot of fun.
The problem with that is that going to be energy that's going to hurt us, being that some of these players aren't able to play under those lights, or is that energy going to be utilized and used, or is that energy going to end up being used? I expect Jalen Brunson to thrive off that. I expect Quickley to put these 2 games in the past and thrive off that. But where's RJ going to be? Where's Grimes going to be? We need to utilize that energy and use it in our favor, because the Garden is going to be rocking. And if we do that for the next 2 games, just like that, it's a 3-1 series and right back to what we've done well all season and playing on the road. But again, it's not going to be a cakewalk winning the Garden. We got to come together and we got to win that game. So I'm frustrated. I'm very frustrated with that game, but I'm also positive. I'm optimistic because we did the job. We won a game on the road. And last things least, Tom Thibodeau. You got a whole player on your bench that had a career taken from him due to something that you've done. We almost witnessed that again. Tom Thibodeau, please, for the love of God, when the game is gone and you see the other team concede, maybe it's a good idea if you do the same thing, because that last play, while you guys are over there being mad at Jared Allen about the foul, I'm pissed that Julius Randle was even in a situation for that to happen. As of right now recording, I don't know what the result ended up being with Julius Randle with the injury. Last thing I saw was him go into the locker room. In a situation like that, we got to be smart, man. We got to be smart. Julius Randle is important. Jalen Brunson is important. We got to get those guys out of the game when the game is wrapped up. That's all I'm going to say. But who am I? Just a fan. My 2 cents on that. But how are you guys feeling? I'm hoping that I was able to put some points out of the bad that happened in this game, but also keep you guys optimistic and positive to what's to come with us playing in the Garden in the next 2 games. How are you guys feeling? What do you feel about this game? Are you pointing blame at players or coach or referees? Or like me, do you see that this was just us playing terrible as a whole and getting punched in the mouth, and now we got to do the punching back again like we did in the first game? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I love reading what you guys have to say. But you know the vibes, guys. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. Do not forget to like this video. I better see y'all on Playback. Link is in the description. Link is also pinned in the comments. Join. If you are not sitting in that Garden on Friday, you better be sitting in that stream getting loud with your boy, watching game 3. I'm out of here, man. I've said enough. I'm not going to overstay my welcome. I appreciate y'all as always. I'll catch you guys in the next game. I'm out of here. Peace.
Cold pizza like Tuesday. I got food up in the fridge. Y'all keep looking for that new way. I think I like it how it is.